about 20 people from the local community are protesting changes in the road system. Can you enlighten me a little bit more about changes?
It's completely it's disadvantaged so many people, the visually impaired, the disabled, elderly. It's just we can't attend town anymore, and it's our own town. We want to support the businesses, and it's not nobody listening to us. We've contacted so many authorities, and it's not good enough. We are utterly disgusted because they're not listening. Nobody's listening to us. It's got to go back to what it was, so it's accessible to everybody, not just the visitors.
What do you think about the increase in disabled parking?
Not sufficient. It doesn't help a bit. They've only just done that, but it doesn't help at all. They've taken more parking away than they've given.
So about 20 people, Bethania Baptist Church in Cardigan. Do you run the Facebook group, right?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Remind me what it's called?
It's called We Say No to Cardigan Town Traffic Diversion, and it was set up by local people just who were very concerned about the effects that the traffic diversion and the safe zones were having on the town. We supported it at first. We thought fine because it was the height of the pandemic, but now Mark Drakeford is easing restrictions, not increasing them, and our county council won't listen to us when we say that, you know, there are other ways to keep people safe, but please keep our high street open. There are traders whose trade has been suffering since last summer, and they're making losses. They're not going to survive if this continues. Residents have had traffic diverted past our houses through the entire summer last year, where we had relentless streams of traffic, buses, lorries, just inches from the front of our homes. We don't think that's safe, and we think our town council should back us in this instead of just turning a blind eye, which is what they're doing.
What do you think residents are expected to do at the back there? I can't remember the name of the road there, where clearly only one person can be on either side and you can't have two people. Key Street.
That's our street. Do anything really. That's the thing. We couldn't actually leave our homes last year because if you stepped into the road, you stepped into traffic. And it went on for hours. I think at one point it was 7 hours a day, and that was 7 days a week. So what we're asking is that they just use their common sense at the County Council and at Goal Command and just realise that this doesn't even make sense to actually install this again. That the town is in chaos, the disabled community have an obstacle course to deal with now, and we think it's unfair. Other towns have survived without doing this. Narberth didn't introduce a traffic diversion, and they didn't close the high street, and that is a really similar street to our Cardigan High Street. It obviously can be done, so the question is, why do Goal Command and the County Council want to do this? I think they should keep the high street open now. I think that's what people want. I think there is a way to actually maybe extend the pavement so that there is distance, for social distancing. But I don't think it is essential to close the high street. If other towns in Wales can do it, so can we.
It's really quite confusing, all these changes. Morgan Street and the Strand to remain as a one-way system for the time being.
Yes. And then apparently, then it will become a two-way system. But, we don't know how all this is going to work.
Is there enough space?
I don't know. I think they'd have to take out pavements in order to make the Strand two-way. But to be honest, I would rather that they did that than divert heavy traffic down Key Street again. It would just be crazy. I think it's time that elected representatives backed us, really. We've been trying now since last July to get people behind us, and it's just gone on too long. We need support from our elected representatives. We've got Ben Lake, our MP, behind us, Ellen Jones, whose seat is obviously being contested here today. She's behind us. So what we're saying is, come on, cabinet members, county councillors, please put pressure on Goal Command and get them to see sense.
How comes you're doing it today, this protest today?
Because it's a good chance to actually see people and give them our flyers. You know, why not?
Because it's Senate election day, right?
That's right, it is, absolutely. But this is a very good day for people to be aware of why they vote for people in the first place. You vote for people to represent you, not just to represent their own interests, but to represent the community that elects them. And this is what we're hoping that we can raise awareness about, get people to realise when they vote. This is why it's important, so you don't have to stand out here and do this like me.
Do you know of any other councils in the UK or in Wales that are enforcing?
Enforceable. It's only guidelines from the Welsh Government. It is not actually compulsory to do this. And we as a community actually are able to appeal against it, which is what we're going to do next. We have over 400 members on our group, so I don't think they should write us off as just, a small group of protesters. It's more than that. We've got respected traders in the community on our group, and we're not going to give in until we actually get them to see sense. A compromise could be reached, but I think the will isn't there on the part of the town and the county council.
Why here at the Baptist Church?
Because this is the polling station.
Of all places!
Bridget Heiser. Well, there's 8 of us who actually set up the group. We're the admin team. We say no to Cardigan town traffic diversion.
I'm Mrs. Edwards. I'm originally a businesswoman in Cardigan for 55 years. I think it's ridiculous what they've done. We've had no consultation, no business has had anything from Cardigan Council, and I feel very strong, and I'd like to know if anybody was knocked down, who's liable? Are the council liable, our town council, or who?
Do you think there's a possibility that overall businesses and the economy could benefit from the changes to the it seems like the pedestrianisation of Cardigan town centre?
It won't change. People come to Cardigan because they love the town and they love the small businesses. I think out of town shopping centres have gone.
Can you remind us of all the small wonderful businesses in Cardigan? Can you list them off the top of your head?
Well, you think there's Skidyer TV, we've got Dewey James, we've got Tom Samways, we've got Cleo Fashions, we've got Solo, and that's all on the high street, which are having, they're stopping the business. You've got the post office there, and people are queuing there. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting.
No, that's what I thought.
We need open, honest interaction for Cardigan residents. Stop traffic chaos. What's your name?
My name's Jane Borley. I live at Greenfield Square. It's a nightmare, and it's going to be 24 around the clock, 24/7 now. So it will be horrendous.
You're here protesting. Do you think it's possible to change things and make the one-way system go a different way?
You can only hope, but we've been doing this now for over a year, and it's back again. We put suggestions in, they listen to some of them, but we're right back to the traffic being sent round the route that we've been trying to, alter or slow down. So you would hope, but everything, the signs are up, everything's in place.
At Bethania Baptist Church in Cardigan, lots of them seem very angry that lots of traffic has been passing their house since traffic changes, and it seems rather concerned for their safety as they step out their door and a car is right there.